Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid. We're going to be hopping back into A Wrinkle in Time. I'm playing the nation MA-Agartha. And here we go. We're starting on turn 19. So we have a message from Ulm. Thank you, cave dwellers. You seem to be the only ones in this world with a brain, because you're the sole ones sending help or even responding to our messages. Of course, this will be remembered. If the doom of Ulm should be certain, then we will send you everything in terms of gold, gems, items. Please continue your support. We can use every earth gem. Thanks again for fire gems. Being capable of searching with level 2 mages. For them, we didn't find a single site providing it in our whole realm. This has helped much. For now, we are mainly summoning ogres. That's why we ask for earth gems. We could forge dwarven hammers for you, but you may be equally capable. Please also consider attack on Ashdod soon. And he says he's under siege. A message arrives from Ulm. We send you some gems we can't make use of yet. Better than convert them. Please tell us if they're of any use to you. If not, send them back. And so we get 3 death, 3 nature. And then a message from Ashdod. I'll give Pan notice that I'm ending our nap, and I'll reach out to Jotun to fight him. Endius too, of course. Jotun's very small and doesn't look like the best player. Pan will crush him easily without my help. I'll be sieging Ulm's 2 forts soon. This war is over. So, anyway, these are 2 players at war. They're both messaging me, and it seems that Ulm is going to lose. Ashdod's going to win. Ashdod is probably mistaken about how quickly he will get Ulm's capital, because I'm sending gems to Ulm, and I kind of want that. I don't really... on one hand, I want Ashdod to help versus Pan, but he's just as big as Pan is, and they're both very aggressive nations, so I don't really want him to eat Ulm any faster than he has to. Okay, sorry for the quick spoiler. Here's the battle in this Thorn province first. A lot of heavy cav, and then a bunch of undead skelly spammers. So we have a line formation with 2 kind of bulbs on each of the flanks, so that hopefully the knights don't push through. Looks like I'll get first hit, which is not a bad thing. Oh, except my guys decide not to attack. Okay. So this is okay. I've got pretty good surface area attacking these guys who've come in the middle. They've got pretty good attacking me, but that's fine. These guys on the corner didn't fully get surrounded. That's also nice. Yeah. So I'd say this formation worked pretty well. If I had them circled here on the other side, you can see how this side broke much faster. It's because they got kind of trapped in here. If I was able to trap them in on the other side, which was kind of my intention, then I would have been breaking this side just as quickly. I don't know if it's going to matter. I probably won't lose a troop here. Yeah. Okay, and then we have the skelly spam. Let's go take a broader look. You're dropping banishment right on top of their faces. Let me speed it up. And we are making progress, though it's slow. Very slow progress, but progress nonetheless. I don't know if they had any items back here. He's got an amulet of the dead. Okay. And we seem to have gotten them all with rather few losses, if any. We lost 2 Shard Guard, so that's not bad. There were 30 Heavy Cav, and a bunch of Skelly Spammers. That's a pretty hard throne to claim. So I am not upset taking that with 2 losses. Alright, we found a magic site. An ancient oak split by something. Sky split oak. Okay. And then children are disappearing in the night. Strange creatures sulk in the wilderness. I don't know what that's about, actually. That event may be chained up with other events, I'm not sure. We can look at it for that province. Does not appear so. Okay, so those are the events for the turn. Oh, the Throne of Night was claimed too, so we are fighting. Next turn, I think, will be it'll be night. So I would have taken this probably lossless if I had waited till night, but of course I wouldn't have known that. Yeah, we're moving this Oracle up. I think I have some dreams of combining these armies, but right now this guy's patrolling. I'm probably going to bring the Oracle over here, and he can sight search on his way over. And then his little guys can help join this patrolling force. Because right now the unrest in this blood hunting province is mounting. So what I'm doing is I'm going to send them all up here, because being blood 0, you have very low chance to get blood slaves as it is, but it's almost impossible when the unrest gets high, I believe. So we'll be sending them up. This guy's patrolling. These guys actually are very good patrollers. Patrol bonus 5. So this is like having 20 units in his, or 16 units in his army. 20 units in his army. So that's not bad at all. Anything else of note? This guy with some are moving down here. I'm not totally sure why, actually. I can't remember. But we need to pick these guys up too. So I'm going to pick them up and drag them up to the fort. Oh, this is the group that... these are all the units that have been making their way up from this expansion down towards the throne. So they've come up here, and then we're going to merge these armies here. This throne is well underway. I've got 2 months left. We're building a lab. I already have a temple. And so this next turn I'll go ahead and be able to make Wolf Tribe Shaman, even though my fort's not up. And I'm probably going to make 3 or 4 of them. And then, yeah. We're site searching here. I think that's it in terms of events for this turn and orders. So I think we'll head on to the next turn. Oh, one thing you can see is Yus has clearly attacked Shinuyama, right, moving in here. So that's okay. Yus is actually an interesting nation. They have cap-only sacreds that are very, very good, especially good on land. They're significantly better on land than they are in the water. So attacking them in the water actually is not a bad idea for me. I was probably going to attack Shinuyama anyway, but I was going to wait till I had this army back in position after the throne. But I think I can take out Yus, but we'll see. Okay, that was that turn. We're going to turn 20. We have a message from Ulm. Oh, I haven't been doing diplomacy. Let me go back. I always forget. There's no prompt for diplomacy. So you can see I've been pretty active in diplomacy. We sent a message to Ulm saying, what are you using in terms of troops? And I said, I'll try to string something together towards Ashdod, but my map move is very slow and I haven't ended our nap yet. Once I'm in position, I might do it. Probably do it. I'm saying that I'm not actually so sure if I'm going to go to war with Ashdod. I've got to get my scouting network out. If it looks like he's really a big threat, then I will join in the war. But if he's just splitting Ulm with Jotunheim, I don't know if that's cause to go to war with somebody that I don't necessarily match up that great against early. As for forging things, hammers are welcome, but I probably will need them for 12 months since I don't have any construction or research yet. Path boosters are most welcome, though. What can you forage? Then I have a message to Vanarus, which says, I may have overestimated Panda and underestimated Ashdod. Ashdod's indeed quite terrible and huge. How's your conflict with Shin going? So Vanarus is fighting with Shiniyama, as is Yis, so they're in cahoots. We've heard that you're in conflict with Vanarus. Have you managed to gain any ground? So I'm messaging both of them just to get a status of that war. Ashdod. Okay, how long do you think Ulm will last before you're ready for Pan? And then I message Vanarus. I would join you against Ashdod if we had a strong mutual commitment. I think they're the biggest threat at the moment to world peace, almost basically destroyed. That said, Pan and Ashdod may attack each other, so if that is a stalemate or Pan sort of wins, then the problem may resolve itself. I believe that Ashdod and Jotunheim are strong allies, though, so though it is a somewhat one-sided relationship. And then I say, who's this to? Nazca, I know you've been deeply embroiled in a conflict with Pan and Shin. I neighbor neither of them, so I can't help directly. Is there anything that you need to be able to help you last out or prevail? So offering kind of diplomacy. Excuse me. So anyway, that's it for this turn. We're going to turn 20. That will help you make sense of some of the diplomatic messages coming back. So we have a message from Ulm. Yeah, I deeply regret this to not backstab Ashdod now. I'm doomed. There's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do in the near future that would keep me alive. And then with Nazca, good game, everyone. It was a nice backstab by Pangaea. They just waited for me to begin my first war with all their friendly talking and came in like a hurricane, taking my lands with their white centaurs. That's what WC is. Okay, we found a magic site. We were site searching down here. Let's go see what we got. Garden of Frozen Flowers with more water income. I definitely like that. I had already had the gorge there before. We've gotten 2 blood slaves. Nice. Every blood slave counts when you're trying to bootstrap in. We can see there's a battle here with Shiniyama and Vanarus. So we can see what these guys are doing. We've got the Dai Bakemono, which are kind of mediocre. They're kind of high damage and then mediocre everywhere else. They do have, these are the variety with longbows, and then they can kind of go into battle when they run out of ammo. Did they only have 2? No, they have way more ammunition. I think he scripted them to fire and then attack. Or hold an attack, and in which case they will fire while they're holding. So you can see these guys just do so much more damage. They've got 2 attacks, which are both 20 damage. And they've got 17 base HP, which is kind of enough with their protection that they're usually going to take 2 hits. So the Dai Bakemono will hit. They don't have great attack and defense. And then these guys will turn around. Well, let's find a different one. Yeah, and then these guys will turn around and lay into them. Their attack and defense isn't that great either, but their attack is deceptively, or it's better than this. Okay. So that was a high, this is what you want your neighbors doing. Vanarus won, which, you know, is fine. Ideally, the guy you don't really border would win, and that way you could join them in eating your neighbor, but this is totally cool. I'm not going to backstab Vanarus or anything, but this is what you want, is kind of high attrition battles where they're both kind of losing. Because when they both lose, you win. We had 2 gold and gym events. This one's really nice. We got a sword also. Our scout was discovered, oh no. And then we've done some patrolling. So I think that's about it for the events. In terms of what we're doing, we have married these armies up. This guy's site searching. This guy is going to come down. I'm going to move this guy down. We're going to build a fort here. You can see I'm starting to get more gold. I'm going to build another fort here too. I don't know when I'm going to start that. This fortress is almost done. I've got one turn left, and you can see I've started to recruit the Wolf Tribe shamans who are going to go around site searching and hopefully get me some nature income that my god can use later. This army I'll probably bring up here, but I'm not totally sure. I haven't really decided where I'm going to go to war. Probably would be better going this way to prepare for a potential fight with Yis. You can see Yis is now swept through the remainder of Shinuyama's water, and with Yis, you know they're going to go and attack on the land too, because their troops are better on land, even though they're a water nation, which is very interesting. We're also building a lab here. This will give me access to these Water 2 mages, who are awesome. They really are really good. So they will definitely also help in the battle versus Yis. Anything else of note? Not really. I think we're going to switch over to Oracle production from our capital only now. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for this turn. We're still running up Conjuration. The way I'm kind of looking at it in terms of timeline is I want to hit Conjuration by my first early war. So until I have Conjuration 5, I'm not going to really be anxious to get into war. Having size 6 or 5 or whatever elementals will be a big deal in my first war. And then after that, I'm going to switch down to enchantment. I want to have enchantment up to level 6 or to level 7 by the end of year 3. So we've still got some time. It's late fall in year 2, so I've got basically a year and some change. But my research is really ramping up, so it should be possible still to hit it. Especially with more research centers coming online. I'm going to have this lab. I've got this fort that just finished down here, and I have another fort that's going to start up here. So anyway, and with magic scales, I should be able to do it. I think we'll be able to get one more turn in. We'll do turn 21. So a message from Ulm. I can only forge Earth because I don't know what he's saying. He'll see how long he can hold out. He's asking when I'll wake up, saying that Ashdod's very big, having 20-something provinces. So we have a message from Pangea. After my Harpy Scouts reported gruesome slavery practices, the brutal treatment of our warty goblin neighbors, I'm sending a peacekeeping force of centaurs to investigate. Unfortunately, during our peaceful investigation, some unpleasant misunderstanding arose with Nazca's forces. Rest assured, this turned my brave white centaurs will enter Nazca's cap to examine these claims and interview some of the citizens. If Nazca cooperates, there should be no bloodshed. As well, note that we had absolutely no agreement of any kind with Nazca, NAP, trade, etc. Those we will never break. That is one thing that players will do, is they will assume if you're talking friendly with them that you are friendly, even if you don't have an app. But, yeah. Words are wind a little bit. If you put a NAP in place, even in a game like this where diplomacy is not binding, then you at least have some real assurance. Because people usually try not to break their word, even though they still can and occasionally will. So Ashdod's thinking that Ulm's going to come out and kind of make his last stand, but we'll see. What else? There's a death match. I don't think I enter anyone into this. This is the same event. I think it was right here last turn. Yeah. I don't know what causes that event. We have another awesome event. We get a golden arbalist and 650 gold. We'll take a look at the golden arbalist real quick. So this is an air-earth crossbow, and it gives you very strong armor-piercing attacks with very long range and very high precision. So it would be good versus... This isn't going to be your first choice versus heavy elite like Ashdod's giant sacreds, because it's not going to do enough damage to kill them. But it will definitely hurt them, and it attacks twice. That's the other thing. But it's going to hit pretty much every time. So versus like Vanarus, this would be really good, because each of these would have a pretty good chance of killing their target. And you shoot a couple a turn. So this, not a bad item. Back to our events. So that was this one with more additional income, those luck scales paying off. We have a fortress here that's completed. And we have this guy. So he's going to site search and then he's going to move along. We're going to continue to recruit Wolf Tribe, even though we can get these other kind. But we will switch in a bit. And that's basically it. This turn we're kind of preparing for our first war. This group's going to kind of come and make its way back, and we'll probably have it reunite up with some folks here. Actually, I think, I can't remember, I think I've talked with Vanarus offline and agreed to move through this province to get here. I think I've committed to attacking Yis at this point, because Yis is on top of Shiniyama's capital. And I definitely think, not definitely, I think this game I want to go, like, try to take over the whole ocean. Because if I have the caves in the ocean, I'll be in a position where nobody is really set up to fight me very well on the offensive. And from there I can pick who I attack to have a very strong land presence. And I think that will be a very powerful way to play this game. But if I'm fighting Yis underwater, I definitely don't want Yis to have Shiniyama's land. So, and Shiniyama's getting gang beaten by Vanarus and Yis, which people are always happy to jump on the gang beating train. I like to kind of counteract the gang beating train. Like, so in this case, Yis was the second person into the fight. So a lot of times I like to get that person. Just because people love doing it in games, and it's kind of annoying when people do it to you. So anyway, in some ways it's some kind of vengeance for the times it's happened to me. Anyway, we're going to take this army, we're probably going to move it up through here, and then I'll drive this army off their cap. Yeah. So we should be good to go. Anything else for this turn? I don't think so. So that's the end of this episode. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch you next time.